Greetings to all my friends once again. This is Celine Driver's Walking and Talking video number 4, where I walk and I talk and you listen and probably type down in the comments section what a goof I am. Or maybe you'll like what I have to say or whatever. And if, you have ideas for subjects I can cover that are not, idiotic. Some of you trolls, you can be really crazy. Put them down in the comments section. I'll think about them. I'll put my mind to it. And if it's a subject that I care about or I can be made to care about and want to talk about, I'll be happy to talk about it on a walk and talk. Now, these walk and talks could be anything. Could be, life advice, whether you want it or not, I'm going to give it. It could be about college football. It could be about watches. It could be about cars. It could be, just a standard rant about the things I see, the things I hear, the things I read. And on this video, I want to talk about a subject that's near and dear to my heart, and a subject that really has exhausted me for the past little while, and that is the Florida Gators. Now, we all know that they lost to LSU recently. They've also lost a couple of other games, and in the games they did win, they looked pretty horrible doing it. I mean, they even looked horrible beating Vanderbilt. And I know it's hard to shut a team out, even a team as bad as Vanderbilt. But, I mean, even in that shutout, they look like ass. They, that secondary of ours was being torched regularly by Vanderfucking-Bilt. And that's bad. And then, as I said, after the Vandy game, a team with a half-decent quarterback and a half-decent receiver core is just going to get run over. They're just going to run over the Gator secondary. And lo and behold, I was right. LSU ran through the Florida defense like they never got off the bus. It was frankly pathetic. Now, I didn't see the game. I admit that. I was at a car show I was either at the car show or with my car show buddies after the show for early dinner from about 8 a.m. until about 7 p.m. So I never saw the game. In fact, I didn't see any games that weekend. So there's that. So you want to call me a fake fan or whatever, I don't care. Call me whatever you want. But the one thing that came out of that Florida game, for me personally, was vindication. Now, I'm very active on a Facebook group called Gator Nation. And I hope somebody from Gator Nation sees this video and shares it on the group or whatever. I'm not allowed to share the link to this video on the group. At least me personally, I'm not, but maybe somebody else can. And I want to say a great big fuck you to Gator Nation, or not the whole group, of course, but certain members of that group. Hello. Kids on BMX bikes. Must be going to school. Big fuck you to some of the folks on Gator Nation. Because I've been on the Fire Grantham train for, this has got to be in the 3rd year by now. And I've been posting hashtag Fire Grantham on that group constantly. And everyone jumps all over me. Oh, you're a fake fan. You're not a real Gator. Stop talking down the Gators. How dare you talk down the Gators? Don't you know what you're doing to recruiting? Blah, 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 blah. Nobody's going to come to the University of Florida and play for our football team if the fan base is constantly screaming and yelling and criticizing. So stop it. You're a fake fan. You're a Georgia fan. You're an FSU fan. You're a Tennessee fan. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, and fuck you. I shouldn't have to justify my fandom for the University of Florida to anybody. I've been a University of Florida Gator fan before most of these people, most of you watching this, were even born. I've been a fan since '75. I've gone over this multiple times. I'm not going to rehash that I've seen the good, the bad, the ugly. I've seen the ugly. I've seen the bad. I've seen the great. I've seen it all. I don't have to justify my fandom to you. I don't have to justify my right and my ability to criticize the Florida Gators to you. They're not a very good team right now. I know that. Anyone with 2 eyes to see, 2 ears to hear, and 2 brain cells to snap together can see the University of Florida is not a good football team this year. They weren't a good half of a team last year. They had a video game offense and a Swiss cheese defense. This year, 2021, they have a Swiss cheese defense and an offense that can't sometimes get out of its own way. It's not a very high-powered offense. Okay, we're going out on the street, that's fine. It's not a very good offense. We can see this. Emory Jones certainly is not the answer. 3 years as a backup learning this system, and sometimes he looks pretty damn good. I'll give him that. Sometimes he looks like a freshman who's never taken a snap in anger. AR-15 is a freshman. Anthony Richardson, for those of you who don't know, AR-15. AR, his initials 15 because he wears number 15. So, he is a freshman. I expect him to make freshman mistakes. I don't expect Emory Jones, who's been there, done that, and played in this system, to be making the mistakes he's making. But the offense is almost a secondary issue to the defense. The defense is hopeless. The defense has more holes in it than a mountain of Swiss cheese that's been infested by mice. They're not playing. They're not tackling. Their coaching staff doesn't seem to be able to understand the word game time adjustment. It's hopeless. It's absolutely hopeless. Todd Grantham is worthless. Everyone in the SEC, everyone in college football, but certainly everyone in the SEC knows what's coming every time the Gator defense lines up. The Gator defense is predictable. The Gator defense is ineffective. The Gator defense isn't playing defense, and they're not adjusting during the game to play defense. And in the last game, the LSU running back evidently set a record for yards gained. I mean, the Gator defense in the entire history of the program, which is 120-something years old, I think, never gave up that much yardage to a single running back until they played LSU. And yet the game was still, the win was still attainable if the Gator defense had just decided to make one stop. One. They couldn't do it. It's almost as if they refused to do it. And then all of a sudden, after the LSU debacle, for some reason it took the LSU debacle for this to happen. It didn't happen after the Oklahoma game. It didn't have to happen after the other LSU shoe game. It didn't happen after any game. All of a sudden, on Gator Nation, I see hashtag Fire Grantham. Something I have been typing into that group, excuse me, for 2 years. And all of a sudden, other people are hashtag Fire Grantham, hashtag Fire Grantham. And I'm actually getting public posts and DMs saying, you were right. You were right, I was wrong. Or you were right, I'm sorry. I actually got apologies from some people who accused me of being a fake fan or being an FSU fan or being a troll or something. I actually got apologies. I'm not going to post them because I don't want to embarrass anybody. But I got apologies. So I am hashtag vindicated. I was right. You were wrong. You, Gator Nation, you were wrong. I'm not going to call you guys out by name. I don't do that. Morning. Yeah, I don't do that. I don't have to call you out. You know who you are. I don't have to call you out in the comments section of my YouTube channel. You know who you are. I was right. You were wrong. Grantham is a disaster. He needed to be fired after the LSU game. But Mullen won't fire him. Strickland won't fire him. Nobody is standing. I posted another video about this. According to, pardon me, according to an article I read in SI Fandom or whatever, and I never read SI because they're children. They write like children. Mullen's not going to change anything about the team until after the season's over. So he's basically condemned this team to a shit season. I'm predicting at this point 6-6. We probably will beat Samford. Most likely beat Free Shoes University. I don't think we can beat South Carolina. I don't think we can beat Missouri. And we damn sure can't beat Georgia. Georgia's going to hang 60 on us easy. If JT Daniels plays and he's allowed to go off, Georgia could put 70 on the Gators, and the Gators might put 10 on Georgia. Might. I think they get 10. You know, maybe just out of sheer luck. I was right. You were wrong. I am hashtag vindicated. And that's all there is to say about that. Morning. So, am I glad I was right? No. I wish the hell I was wrong. I usually like to be right. I usually am right. I'm a pretty smart guy. I love to be right. In this case, I hate to be right. I hate the fact that I'm right on this one. Todd Grantham got to go. You know who else got to go? Mullen. He's got to go. I'm getting tired of his shtick. He looks like he's not having fun out there. He looks like he's tired of the entire college experience. He wants to go to the National Felons League. Let him go. I say, let's throw money at Fickle. Let's throw money at somebody else. We got the money. University of Florida got the money. Let's throw some money at somebody else who's proven that they can coach. And let him hire his own staff. But this coaching staff is hopeless. And if we're going to end up keeping Mullen for another year, at the very least, Grantham's got to go. And I'm seriously considering that if Grantham is still on staff in 2022, it may not be worth my time to watch this team flounder to another 6-6, 7-5, maybe 8-4 season. It's just not worth the pain to watch. But this season's over. I mean, this season was over a long time ago for Florida in terms of winning the SEC or going any further. New Year's Six Bowl's out of the question. Hell, we'll be lucky. I guess we'll be satisfied with the Belka Bowl or the Pinstripe Toilet Bowl or whatever. So I'm going to pour all my energy into another team that I care about, and that's the Harvard Crimson, who has a legitimate shot at winning the Ivy League. And so I'll put my energy there, because my energy for the Gators, I mean, I still love my Gators. I always will. But I'm exhausted by this team right now. And after the beating that Georgia's going to put on them shortly, that'll be all she wrote. And maybe, if, you know what, I find myself almost hoping that Georgia hangs an ungodly number on them, so that maybe the voices for firing Grantham will get even louder, and Strickland will have no choice but to do it himself, since it looks like Dan Mullen won't do it. And that is the saddest thing to say as a Gator fan. But anyway, hope you enjoyed episode 4 of Walking and Talking with Celine Driver. Have a good rest of the day, my friends, and I'm out.